Okay, so for today's trade, I took 4 trades over here, and as you can see, I added over here. That's why I added to this trade over here. That's why. 2 break-evens, 2 wins, and uh, 2 break-even, 2 win, and I'm up 800. And as you can see, it's been a very rough week, but it's fine. We move. So today's trade, I took, as I said, I took 4 trades, 2 break-evens, 2 wins. So first of all, coming to the day, I was looking at either London low and this low over here, or to go higher. I was open to either one. Then open comes, we just dump down directly, and then I was waiting here for a sweep, and then we get it, and then I will show you guys my entry. Okay, so let me go to my entry. This is the first entry over here. It was at around 9:58. So as you can see over here, I'm gonna play it quick. I entered, my fill wasn't the best, and then we had this 5-minute gap over here, but I wanted us to rebalance from this range till here, and this was gonna be my break even, as we already tapped into the 5-minute, but I wanted at least for us to rebalance. So my break even was the 0.5. I entered, and then I would have ideally liked to enter over here on this candle, but unfortunately I didn't get it, and then I went break even, and as you can see, very bad fill, because I entered at around here, but I don't know why I got filled over here. And then the trade, I was just looking at ES, what's it doing, and it's gonna hit now at 10 a.m. open. It's gonna hit, and that was the trade. So we got the rebalance over here. As you can see, we got the rebalance. So then I was waiting, and I entered a trade over here, but this was a break-even trade. I entered over here. It was around over here, I think, or one more candle. I can show you guys the executions. I entered over here, my stop was around here, targeting here. I will show you the executions. I got started break even, and I went break even over here. Initially I was gonna go break even over here, but then I moved my break even to over here, and because I didn't want to risk a lot, because like I didn't want to risk anymore, and then I got stopped at break even. My fill was a bit down over here, but then Trump tweeted over here, so it was a very very good break even, because he tweeted over here. He tweeted here this, then it dumped directly, which was this over here, and then it dumped. So it's good that I got sort of break even, and then I waited. I missed this trade. I want to enter over here, target the first present fair value gap, but I didn't get it, unfortunately. So then I waited. My entry was over here. I waited for us to rebalance over here, to rebalance this range, which was perfect. So I waited, and I will show you guys the executions for this. So basically I took a trade over here. One second. Okay, so this was a trade that I took, but it was a break-even trade. My stop was over here, targeting 1 to 1. I got sort of break even. My break even point was over here. I got sort of break even. And then I'm gonna show you guys over here. See? Let me play back. So I entered over here. The fill wasn't the best either. This was my break even. And as you can see, 1-to-1. And I have been looking at ES a lot more. Normally I don't, but because ES has been moving better than NQ, but I don't like trading ES. Like it has just been moving more than NQ. But today wasn't the case. So I go break even over here, and then I got sort of break even. I got sort of break even, and then see we started dumping, but if you notice over here, so this entry was based off two things: 10 a.m. and this fair value gap over here. This fair value gap over here. See this fair value gap over here, and 10 a.m. So why this fair value gap? Because it is in the point. Let me just change the color because yeah, okay, because it was below the 0.5, so we were in discount, and we even tapped into the 618. I'll show you guys now over here. See, so we tapped over here 0.618 and 0.5, so we are in discount. And no, sorry, we were close to this once. Oh wait, I made a mistake. My bad. So yeah, 6.18. So we were expecting it, and on the 5-minute we were expecting the 10 a.m. open. So I guess total break even, as you can see over here. I already got total break even, and then now we do something very very interesting. If you guys don't know, we respect 10 a.m. So 10 a.m., 9:30, 8:30, and truly open, midnight open, are very important, like very important key levels. So we respect 10 a.m. open, as you can see over here. We come back down, we respect it, we're passing off of it, and then my entry was over here. I'll show you guys the entry. So unfortunately we didn't get this inverse over here, so I waited. And yeah, after this kind of closed, I entered, and then so over here something interesting happened. Also, my stop is wide because that's how I trade. It's better, especially with those market conditions. I prefer a wider stop, and normally this is how I trade, because I can put it over here, but then this is the lowest point that I don't want it to go through. So this was my stop over here, and now we're just looking at ES. So as you can see, the time, it's 10:59. So we had 11 a.m. open, which is a new hourly candle, so there's volatility most of the time. And then I added over here when we came back down. So I was supposed to go back even over here, but I waited because I saw that we still had 30 seconds for the open. So I wanted a bit more dislocation to the upside, and then I was gonna move it to break even. But I moved it below the fair value gap, and then now I'm waiting, and then now I'm moving to break even because I honestly don't want to come back. And then I was just 1-to-1, and then as you can see 11 a.m. that's why I didn't move it directly, and that was the trade. Those were the trades for the day today, and It was honestly a good day. uh, Mondays haven't been like that. And also I had one draw on liquidity, which was those two relative equal lows, but I just got off after this trade, so I'm not, yeah, so we might hit it, we might not hit it. Yeah, this was a trade for today. And yeah, hopefully you guys liked the video. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know.